Welcome back to my channel, baddies. I'm very excited to show you the cup that we're gonna make today because it makes me think of the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. I am stuck in that era. Like, that is my favorite time. I still listen to the music. I feel like movies were better back then, cartoons were better back then, life was better back then, gas prices were better back then. Anyway, let me show you the beautiful tumbler that we're gonna be making today. I call this my nostalgia tumbler because it has so many different elements that remind me of the late 90s, early 2000s. Look, it's so cute. I apologize for not making videos for you more frequently. I am coming to find out that being a glitter seller and being a content creator, unfortunately, do not go hand in hand. Being a glitter seller takes up so much of my time and it doesn't leave a lot of time left to be a creator, but I'm definitely doing my best. And I was able to pull this together because I pulled a lot of late nights this week, but you know what? It's okay. I'm here and I'm here to have a good time with you. So without further ado, please enjoy today's tutorial. Everything that I use to make this tumbler, the vinyl, the UVDTFs, and the glitter is all on my website. I'm going to give you a link and a discount code so you can save some money. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Besitos. I'm going to show you my collection that I curated myself this week. This is Blossom. She has 3 different pinks mixed in and Willow, which is my top opal. This one is, whoa, why is it moving so fast? Holy crap. Okay, well, there you go. There's all the colors. I didn't realize how short I made those clips. Oh my gosh, the funny thing is that you guys get to see my reactions in real time. And then this is my nostalgia bundle. So I do have Rugrats, the Goofy movie, and Lisa Frank, because when I think of the 90s, these are all the things that I think of. So that's why I decided to put those in this bundle, and then you get the entire collection, which is a rainbow. Why is this tutorial moving so fast? Okay, you guys know how to cut vinyl. I just like to cut the edges off the vinyl, the white edge. And then basically, I think I did about 4 inches. Is this 4 inches? No, this is just a finger. I did about 4 inches of that Goofy movie vinyl at the bottom. And then I have that edge trimmer that I got on Amazon. I don't know, it was like 10 bucks. And then I had an idea to implement all 3 of the vinyls into one design, which it ended up being so cute. Don't even get me started. Okay, so this is how I measure. If you guys want to use like a ruler and like measure things out, that's totally fine. But I basically just wrap the vinyl around the tumbler, look at where the halfway point is, cut it with scissors, and then I cut it with a ruler and my X-Acto knife. And see, did you see that technique, how I rolled it? Do not want to brag, but that was good. That was real good. Anyway. So then I just cut off the excess, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with the Lisa Frank vinyl on the other side, but obviously you guys don't need to see me cutting all the vinyl. You guys know how to cut vinyl. That's the only time I use a ruler, is just to cut my vinyl because it helps me cut in a straight line. And basically I did the entire bottom of the tumbler all Goofy movie vinyl, and then I did the top half. I did half Lisa Frank, half Rugrats, and stop. It ended up coming out so cute. I'm actually obsessed with this cup. Goofy movie, Goofy movie. And then this is a little trick that I like to do. I like to put a piece of 1-inch painter's tape where I'm gonna like cut out a section, but I like to double it up. I like to put another piece of tape on top of that piece because it makes it thicker. So then when I use my X-Acto knife to cut down the tumbler, it's like the tape stops it because it's thick. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. I was just kind of pulling a design out of my booty. And so I was like, you know what? What if I cut like the seam where the seam of where all the vinyl meets in the middle and on the sides? What if I completely cut that section out and fill it in with glitter? And then it doesn't necessarily look like I pieced a whole bunch of pieces of vinyl together. Like, it's going to look like more cohesive. Look at me using bougie words, cohesive. Y'all better be thankful that I couldn't plug in my microphone, because the way that I would be whispering into the microphone right now using my Marilyn Monroe birthday voice, you wouldn't be able to handle it. But don't worry, when Jenny gets home from the gym, I'm going to make him help me. And as soon as I figure out that microphone, I know you're going to hate to see me coming. All right, moving on. So what I like to do is I like to take painter's tape and I like to protect all of the vinyl. It took me about 10 minutes. It's kind of a tedious step, but look how fast it allows me to move through everything else, because instead of having to go slow and paint slow, I'm able to just blah, 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 brush all fast because I protected the vinyl with tape. So take the extra 10 minutes and protect the vinyl with your tape. I promise you it's gonna, look how fast I'm about to glitter this biatch. Look how fast. Look at that. I don't have to go slow because I protected my vinyl, so I can just wada bing bada boom bing bang bang boom. I really like this tumbler. Also, can I get a little commotion for this green? This green has 3 different greens mixed in, and it has willow, my top selling opal, in it. I'm not even telling you this because it's my glitter, but this is probably the sparkliest green I've ever seen. Are you with me? I dare you. Just kidding. It's so weird to do one of these voiceovers again. Okay, see, now you see me picking my ear. Sorry, I didn't fully get the itch. But I just feel like you guys are so used to just hearing my voice, but now you're seeing, I don't know where to put my hand. My ears, see, now you're seeing how much I'm scratching my ear. Maybe my X-Acto knife. Oh, that's the ticket. I feel like I can do all of these weird things while I'm recording a voiceover, but you don't see them, and now I feel very exposed. Anyway, look at that. Stop it. I sealed it 3 times with this, which is Mod Podge acrylic sealer. You cannot argue with me. I will absolutely not take any argument. This is the best. I do 3 coats. I let each coat dry in between, and then I go in with Flint Sisters epoxy, because why would you ever want to use any other epoxy than Flint Sisters? It's the best. I'm not just telling you this because she's my best friend. Legitimately, look at this cup. Look at the shine. So once my cup is fully dry, I'm just going to do a little bit of light sanding around the rim, just to make sure that I don't have any lumps or bumps. My lovely lady lumps in the front and in the back. And then this is my handy dandy acrylic drawer that I got at Hobby Lobby a very long time ago. And it's filled with nail tape and washi tape. My middle name is washi tape and nail tape. Okay, look how fast and easy I'm going to be able to lay down my, I'm using like a kind of like a silver holographic nail tape. And that's how I'm going to cover the edges of my vinyl. I personally think it looks very cute. I did do a time lapse because I promise you, you don't want to sit here for 4 hours watching me struggle with this, because I'm very meticulous. Is that a word? Hey, Alexa, what does meticulous mean?
The adjective meticulous is usually defined as taking or showing extreme care about minute details, precise, thorough. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for meticulous.
Yup. I was very meticulous. I was very careful, very demure, very mindful when I was doing this, because I wanted my lines to be straight. I did not want them to be crooked like my eyebrows. And then once I'd covered the edges of the vinyl, I took a thinner, like kind of like a magenta pink, sparkly nail tape, and I went ahead and I did 3 lines on either side where my glitter is, and then I did 3 lines around the center. A tip that I can give you is that when you pull and stretch that nail tape and just kind of pull it and lay it like the way I'm doing right now, it helps me get my lines so much straighter than if I was like close up doing a little section at a time. I'm telling you right now, you can't go wrong. And then I took my UVDTFs that come with this bundle. Now, you don't have to get crazy like me. You don't have to use all of your UVDTFs on 1 cup. Well, I didn't use them all, but almost all of them. You can get a good 4 cups, 4 or 5 tumblers out of this bundle. Hey, and get your money's worth. And don't forget that when you shop at Baddie Glitter, you are shopping for your business. So this is a business write-off, because you probably would not be buying glitter or vinyl or UVDTFs if you weren't going to use it for your business. You're welcome. I'm not an attorney. I'm not an accountant. This is not financial advice. I'm just letting you know, when you buy something for your business that you wouldn't be buying if it wasn't for your business, it's a write-off. Do not sue me. Allegedly. I got to clear myself of any sort of liability. You know what I mean? Okay, so with my goofy decal, I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put it, but because the entire bottom part was goofy, I was like, what if I put it in the middle? And I freaking love the way it looked. I think it looks so freaking cute. Now, never, ever, ever go over your tumbler with epoxy when you have vinyl strips, because I promise you, you could be using the best epoxy on the market, which I do. and it will still repel because it's metallic, it's holographic, and it's very shiny and glossy. So it's not going to want the epoxy to adhere. So save yourself some trouble and take a little bit of Mod Podge and a flat edge paintbrush and just dibbity dab dab dab, dibbity dab dab dab, dibbity dab 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 dab, dibbity dab. Sorry, I blacked out. And go ahead and just do the entire tumbler from top to bottom. Do a thin coat because you want it to dry clear. And I'm going to show you in a minute what it's going to look like when it's totally clear, but make sure you get the whole tumbler. Make sure you get every single piece of vinyl strip. Listen, see, this baby didn't repel any epoxy. Smoother. I don't want to say a baby's butt. I feel like that's wrong. This is smoother than whipped cream. Okay? Smooth, baby. Smooth. And then I went ahead and applied my last coat of epoxy. And this is what she ended up looking like. She's a beaut. I'm obsessed. Give me a like and a comment. Share. Invite your grandma. Subscribe. Ring all the bells. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Besitos.